Okay, welcome to Hall of the Lunar Champion build. This is a one-room build using approximately 640, 650 items. It's a two-area build. First is the outside area, and then there's the inside. So, just to get your bearings for those that have been here, the main door. You come in and you have the external area. I always say this, the key to any house is theming. I've done builds with the woodwork and metalwork inside the house, but I'm not a fan of it. I've either done it in a separate room or in a designated area. I always find it odd when you see one room that's just got 7 crafting stations plonked in it, and I'm thinking there's no way you just put a blacksmithing station in the middle of a room, especially when there's no forge, there's no fire, it's just the anvil. So kind of a little bugbear for me. For those of you wondering how to do a house, there is no triangles in the game for your building environments. So the L-square stairs, if you put them sideways, it helps you get that angle. It's the only way I could ever think to do this. I'm going to be putting a link to another guild's video from YouTube in the description. They did 25 houses, all of them were Lunar Champion. They did a build over 2 servers, and I think it's house 2 and 5 that are definitely worth watching. You'll know them when you see them. One guy, or one player in this room, has built an entire outside area, like a village of 9 or 10 houses, using this design here, just a little bit on the end. So I borrowed that from to have my outside area, and another player had done a Khajiit adventurer home, and they'd used a normal home build, but they'd split it up into areas using circles, which looked amazing. So I borrowed that from my crafter's house. So this is, as you can tell, my courtyard. The night sky is from the village build. It's the bottom of the giant cold harbour shards. And then we'll just do a quick lap of the room. This is going to be a short video, so that's always handy. So you've got the flower beds in the side shed. You've got the blacksmithing. Could probably have done slightly less of a mounting pile, but I do like Clara. Let's see, flower beds. Now this is the outer edge of my house area. And then over here you have the alchemy area. Basically dwarven dais and Merkmire stone altar, and I like the fact that in outside this is a stone shelves. It just seems to work better than having wood. And then just my last flower garden. So next up we're going to go to the house, and this is where you'll see the emphasis on circles. The original player that had the circle idea, I've adapted. There's one part I've copied from her, the rest I've tried to adapt to my own build, so I'll point out the bit which isn't, at least it changed slightly from hers. I assume it's a her. Could be a him, but just from the layout of the house, it seemed like it was feminine. If I'm wrong, you're a male player, I apologise. It was a beautiful build. So the first room, you have the transmute station, and each area is circles, but I've tried to do the circles to reflect the room behind them. So you have clockwork zone, Daedra, and then more clockwork and some dwarven here. Also, you got my display case for all the current free statues. Ooh, which reminds me, thank you very much, ESO. Awesome. So the first room is going to be clothing and robotics. And I also have my vault there. So you've got general decorations. This is fairly simple here. The area that's got the blacksmithing outside, I just basically subdivided that room and put in my bank vault. You could have used the flagpoles to make thinner bars here. I just used what I had. And then there's 3 doors. 2 of them are active at the moment, but I wanted each one to be a different doorway, a different portal. Mainly reason is, when you just look at them, they all look the same, and the fact that they just glow, it's just nicer to me to have them looking different. So all 3 of them I've made unique. Let's see, my robotics area, just zooming a bit. So they've built 2 robots that are currently working on the next. And I do love the clockwork stuff. You can just slam it all together, you can merge it, and because it's all built of the same material and the design elements, it just tends to work very well in combination. So, oh, the thing I said I didn't adapt. These red guard seating areas, she'd, or the player, not she, had done this. Although they had wagon wheels filling up one of these gaps, I can't recommend enough that you watch the first 6 houses on this guild's build. It was some truly outstanding designs. Next up, finishing off, or continuing on rather, with the clothing area. We've got more clutter, and the trick is always to try and have different clutter. Under the cursor, these 2 items are actually the same, but if you just turn one upside down, it changes the colours. Same as under the cursor, this pile here and that pile, again same item, but flip it upside down. Also, when you're doing your anything that's got particular colours, like this clothing, it's all got definite patterns and shades. This light here, it's one of the few lights which is white, so it's the only way to illuminate an area and keep the colours. Any other light would just turn all these clothing items orange, or blue. So moving on, we've got the dye station, you've got my jewellery crafting area. Harder to theme with, but there is enough items that you can find that have been either engraved or have detailing. And then on the back of the robotics, because they're messing with human brains, we've got my enchanting area. Let's see what else. Okay, so coming back, more circles. The constellations fit inside the red guard dining really nice. More curves above the bookcases. Now this area is my portal to hell. This was also done by the person who did video 5. But I love the fact that if you place the items carefully enough, you can still use the portal. I don't know why you'd want to go to where that thing's coming from, but you can. Okay, using clockwork metals for shelves, you can set it that you can actually use all of your storages, and there's enough space between them that they all work, and I like that. It's neater than just having trunks thrown on the floor. So if you have space, it's also a good way of making the room look busier, because these trunks take up a lot of room, but they're detailed. And there's my secondary banker. Now, because it's an elsewhere home, I put cats everywhere. Let's see, more cats. I actually couldn't place all the cats just because of the limitation. There's a lot of cats as pets on the ESO. So, here's the guy that summoned the hell portal. His fault. Guess he didn't know what he was doing. The other trick I talk about quite often is lighting. In this particular room, I wanted to try and keep the colours of the room separate, which is a pain in the ass. There's a lot of bleed over from lights, but with the hell portal and the Daedra element, I wanted it to be green, more sickly looking, kind of a blue theme for here. Sun rays. This area I wanted to keep white, just to keep the colours. Quite a red theme going on over here. And again, you can use lights to distinguish areas. And the blue room. I have actually got some more blue lights. The Molag Bowl wall sconces I could have placed, I just forgot. Okay, so also this is a very big space. If you want to draw it in a little bit, clockwork gazebos. Store only, unfortunately, much as I wish they weren't. But for making the library feel more smug. Snug. Ooh. I wanted to keep this. Again, because multiple circles brings the room down. And you also get these great circles over the bookcase. Guess I've moved it at some point. There's been another semicircle here, but small detail. With cluttered bookcases, if you can get pre-filled, it's the easiest way to make them look like a lived-in room. And just placing a couple of items can make them look different. So this bookcase 1 here is the same as the third bookcase here. If I just push them back, we'll just do that. Move the wrong one. Doesn't actually take a lot of items to make the bookcases look individual. Same here, there's only 2 bookcases which are pre-filled. So I'll show you them first. You've got the silver vase at the top, you've got nothing at the top, books at the top, and then nothing again. Gold vase sucks, but I just needed something to cover up a wine bottle and I did it in a hurry. Again, if I pull the 4 bookcases out, again, doesn't take a lot of items to make bookcases unique. I know we've all had to do it before, but when you get 4 identical bookcases in a row, or one house with 20 chairs the same, it just doesn't look real to me. So I always try to vary the furniture up as much as I can. So aside from that, in the library, again with these 2 bookcases, each of them has got different lights, some extra books, candles, vases, boxes. So those books there, when I say there I mean under the cursor, floating books, lamp, that book there is fake. It all helps just make the room look more original, unique and real. So that's it. Now this is, like I said, this is a crafter's workshop. There's so much great stuff you can do or build, and we never tend to use it because we're always trying to fill up multiple rooms. So I just wanted to show, if you have, go through your recipes, just make one of everything, and then get the achievement stuff like the crystals, the luxury vase, test tubes. There's all this stuff you can do just to make it look different. So that's that area. This area, and like I said, there's at least 60 slots that I could have added more furniture to and more details. So the last 2 rooms, there's my kitchen. This would have been where I did the last 40 items, but I had my Munda stones and I've been dropping stuff off in the garden. So I've hit 700, but it's just junk dumped outside. This is the 3rd portal. This is the one the players were using, so I wanted it to look a bit friendlier. So I quite like the blues and the purples for this. Small seating area. Oops, like I said, I've moved the clockwork gazebo, so it's better. So kitchen. Again, let's zoom in. These are the clockwork crates, large, closed. They tend to line up very well. The pre-filled elsewhere wine racks are great, but they're very see-through and flimsy. So putting them into the desk as a built-in unit saves space. I think it looks slightly nicer. Used to have a chest there. I pulled it out for some reason. Apparently I forgot to put it back. So there should have been 2 chests there and 2 here, matching. Got my sink. Got Nazima doing my laundry for me. Thanks, Hen. And again with the embarrassing. There you go. Lined up. Just shelves. And having see-through shelves means the room still looks big. I mean, you can see through all 3 rooms. So you don't feel like the rooms are claustrophobic, but it still means you can split them up into theming. What I would have done would be a couple more shelves here with food items if I was going to use those slots. And for those of you that want to have an actual housing area, You know, if you think, well, I still want to have a bathroom or a bedroom, just going to run outside for 1 second. The two fake houses here and this fake house here, well, this one's actually chopped in half, like I said. So the back of that is inside here, my vault, and then the L-shaped two houses outside. And I love sticking things inside here. I've done it with flaming torches, orange lights, balls, anything that moves or shines tends to look good, especially because you can see the detailing through it. Sidetracked. Again, would have been food, a couple of those and some food on there for the kitchen. I've got a small bedroom and bathroom through here. So aside from the crafting stations, I've got one being used here. So that one's inoperable. There you go. But this one works. Don't have to use this one. I could have left it as a space because in the bedroom there's also this one. And doing these little compact rooms, again, you can get a lot of detail for a bedroom with a small amount of items. Okay, 5 pieces of furniture there in this build area and the rug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 pieces of clutter, including the light. And that's pretty much it. That's all I need. So 15, 16, 17, 19 items roughly. I've got my entire bedroom done. And if you work with a small space, it's easier than having these giant empty rooms. And then behind here, my small bathroom, and there's got everything I need, including the light. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 items. Just 7 items. And my bathroom's done. So that's it. Like I said, definitely recommend checking out the video. Like I said, I believe it's rooms 2 and 5. Get out of the way. And if you have designs that you like, record a video. Feel free to drop them onto my comments. I love touring homes, and you just only get to visit your guilds normally, or people invite you. So like I said, anytime you want me to look at one, drop a comment. I'd love to tour. Hope this has given you some ideas. The 25 hats video, if you watch it, will give you a hell of a lot of ideas. And have a great day. Bye.